So family, this video is going to be a little different than what you're accustomed to, but it's good, trust me. It's going to be something good, something that I've been looking forward to, that me and Bethel have been looking forward to. Basically, I felt God had put it upon me to do something good within the community, something that I can use my platform for positivity and where I can actually make a difference, or we can actually make a difference. So one of the things I've always been passionate about or wanted to do once I had, the money. Obviously, I'm not the most financially stable person, but I do have enough to make a little difference, or enough to help whatever I can. So I feel like God had put it upon me to help the homeless. Like, helping the homeless has always been something I've wanted to do, something I've always, felt when the time was right that if I could help, I'm gonna do it. So I had gone to church one Sunday, and at church we call it a God story. So it's basically you talk about something in your week where God had, touched you or done something, where you felt his presence. Or so I got the mic and I told basically that, I have a passion for, wanting to help the homeless, and I have a platform to where I feel, it's not only me that can help, but, you guys or anybody that comes across this video can help. Now, I don't have the answers. I don't know exactly what, but I just ask that you guys help me. You guys pray for me and lead me, or have God lead me towards a direction to where I can help the homeless. I could do something using my platform that can be beneficial towards helping the homeless. Now, I didn't want to just do something to where it's you give them some money, or you give them some a meal to eat. I want to do something where it's actually gonna change their lives, or do something that's gonna be definitely life-changing. After church, this man by the name of Tom came up to me and told me that he knew of an organization in Tulare called Lighthouse Rescue Mission. And basically, it's not necessarily a one-night type of deal where they can stay the night and get a meal. It's where they can actually come up with this plan to where it's almost like a rehabilitation for them. So I was like bought in. I'm like, oh, it's cool. So he gave me the information to this man named Dave, and we met up, had a long, good talk, and he kind of went down, his program that he does for helping them, and it was honestly amazing. Like, it was something that I totally didn't think was possible, or was even like an option to do. So I was like completely bought in. I was like, man, the people need to hear your story, man. The people need to hear your story. They need to hear your program, because I feel like this is something that's going to be extremely beneficial. It could be something that's going to, be mimicked by other organizations, and possibly spread out to where it could really make an impact. Because the homelessness is only getting worse. I know I'm not the only one that feels it here in the valley. You know what I mean? And I just hate that it's so normalized. I hate that it's just gone to the point to where we're just so accustomed to driving by these people who are actually humans, not even judging why or how they got to the point to where they're at, because I feel like all of us do that, but it shouldn't be like that. We need to make a difference, and I felt like, why not use my platform to do so. So we're gonna meet up with Dave right now, and he's gonna basically tell us his story, what exactly they do, and hopefully we can come up with something to where you guys can help, and we can actually shed some light onto this and make a difference. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, we're here with Dave Clevinger from Lighthouse Rescue Mission out here in Tulare, California. Dave, you want to introduce yourself?
Sure, yeah. Hi, I'm Dave Clevinger. I'm the manager of the Lighthouse Rescue Mission. And I just want to tell you the story about what Lighthouse does. And really, to start that off, I just want to talk about kind of what you see is going on behind us. And really, this situation, people are stuck in it. And a lot of people have a lot of judgments and a lot of comments about homelessness, but if we boil it down, really to some very basic things, it's you've got people who are living in this circumstance on a corner in a dirt lot, um, who have a number of problems. There's a number of reasons why they've landed here, and really, there's a pathway out of homelessness that the Lighthouse really focuses on, to help the folks that are wanting to come out of this kind of situation to achieve success. That's what I'm hoping to share with you guys today.
So talk about the selection process as far as who is able to be involved with Lighthouse Rescue Mission. Do you guys just go to random homeless people and ask them if they want the help, or do they come to you? How does it work?
A good question. So we have an emergency shelter for men and for women. Behind us, you can see the men's emergency shelter. And the process really is at 6 o'clock at night, we open our door, and anybody who's heard about the Lighthouse can come in up until we filled up our capacity. And really, the shelter is an introduction to the Lighthouse. It's a 5-day, you get a meal, a shower, a safe place to call home. You can do a load of laundry. It's really just the introduction to what the Lighthouse's overall programs really are. And the way people hear about us, to answer that part of the question, is that as people live here and as they become successful, as this community really has grown and people now talk about the pathway out of homelessness, the people who they used to be homeless with, or they used to run on the street with, or that they bump into as they go between home and work, see them and go, hey, I haven't seen you for a while, where you been? I'm staying over at the Lighthouse. Or, hey, you look better, what's happening? I'm over here, you guys should come check this place out. So we don't really go out and try and pull people in. It's more of or push people in. It's more of a pull or a draw,
Or word to mouth type of deal.
Yeah.
See the progress.
And so the reality is that the shelter, although it's only about 5 days of stay for free, what we're trying to do is introduce people to our programs. And shelter's not home. Let's be clear about that. So if you got a guy that's guy or gal experiencing homelessness that has a problem, what they need is a stable solution, stable pathway out of homelessness. And so the way that works for us is, once 5 days is over, we really ask people to start putting back in what they get out of it. So we ask people to work a couple of hours a day for their stay. And we bless people with our neighbors with cleaning yards, or we have contract work downtown. We do pressure washing. We have a thrift store over there that we do a lot of work with. The rock crusher right behind you that we do contract work with. There's lots of activities that we do to encourage people to have a positive, purposeful pursuit in their day. That really is meant to provide that work aspect, and for people to give in and then give back what they're getting out of it. And then really that stops the shelter experience, because now they're part of the community. Now they live here. Now they can come and go during the day. They come and go through this courtyard. They can come in and get water out of the house. They can leave their stuff here. They really become part of the community, right? And so that is a safe place to call home, right? So shelter's an introduction that moves people into a pathway of safe places to call home, positive, purposeful activity, and this community that's working together to end homeless in each other's lives. And so one of the key interactions there is programmatically, is if you've got a gentleman that has been in this community for a little while, who's stable, working, being supported, and he's doing really well, and you've got a new person that's homeless coming in, the staff really doesn't have to do much intensively with the new person that came in, because the people who have been part of this for a while are the ones that are saying, no, this is the way we do that, no, this is where we're going, come on, man, let's go. Encourages them. That's really how the peer support community aspect works.
Interesting. So one of the main things that we wanted with our platform is to not only spread awareness, but how can we help as a community to not only spread light onto Lighthouse, but is there ways we could donate, whether that's money, clothes, is there where people can come and do community service as far as, helping you guys build these shelters? What can we do to help?
Good question. So the Lighthouse is growing, and part of the point of our growth is that the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals said that the city cannot tell people they can't camp in the encampments or in public spaces unless there's an adequate number of shelter beds to accommodate that. And the Lighthouse is taking that very serious, in that if we can grow these pocket communities, these pocket courtyards, and not have a large shelter, then not one part of the community has to bear the brunt of a large shelter. And so in order to grow that resource, it takes a lot of time and energy and a lot of support. And what you're witnessing behind us is our first foray into that sort of pocket courtyard idea. We're about to open this up for 16 people, and the expense to manage 16 people coming in and out, we're calling this place home, having things to eat or having food to eat, having laundry, shower trailer and a bathroom trailer, costs us quite a bit of money. And the most reliable thing that we can have from our support community is a pledge of, I'm willing to send you guys a check every month for this amount, so that you can rely on the fact that there's money coming in to pay for that resource. Mm-hmm. Is 100% the most effective thing that allows the Lighthouse to grow, because we can rely on it, we can expect it. And then there's one more point to that I have to say is, some people could give $250 a month, some people can give $500 a month, some can give less, some can give a lot more. But the reality is that God is a God of abundance. And every time that we give to our neighbors that are stuck in these kind of circumstances, God is able to completely bless people with more resources. To those who have managed little, much more is given, right? I mean, that's a biblical principle. And the Lighthouse believes in that. So that is the number one ask that we would have as a Lighthouse. But we also do things, right? We have a thrift store. The thrift store runs off of people donating household goods, furniture, clothes, anything that would have any kind of retained value, donating it to our store at INNO, and allowing the work of sorting that and putting tags on it and cleaning it and putting it in our store. Not only does it help us sell that to bring in resources, it gives our ladies work, because our ladies work over there. And that's a very important step to help us out. The other things that I could mention are, we're standing in this new courtyard, and even though maybe you can't see it, there's dirt behind us and there's a little bit of dirt here. And we're finishing up the construction period of this, but we're gonna have to we need to turn this into grass, bushes, trees, park benches. There's lots of activity to be able to really turn this into a place that's peaceful, away from the street. And if people have green thumbs, or they want to build benches, or they want to get involved in this project, now is the time. We're ready to turn the key on that. So those are the ways that people can be involved.
So once people have shown some progress in your program, and do they stay here forever? What's the next step as far as rehabilitating their lives?
Yeah. So as the peer support community is now identified, the individual, their problem, a pathway out of that, right, based off of skill set and their desires and their gifting from God, and they're sort of becoming stable, coming out of that circumstance. They need to have long-term options, right? A place to stay long-term, and there's a real deficit in the amount of affordable housing that's available in California. That's all over the news. It's well documented. What the Lighthouse is doing about that is we have room and board houses that are around the city. They're not all congregated in one area. And the point is that house becomes a community where people who are working have incomes, because there are homeless people that have incomes, either from retirement or Social Security disability or a job or whatnot. The room and board houses become the place that we can rent to people. A bed comes with a meal, comes with utilities, and they're living around people in some similar circumstances. It becomes a very stable place for people to call home as long as they need to. And we've had people that have been part of that kind of a resource for a couple of years. And we've had people that have only been part of that resource for 4 to 6 months. We don't have a limit on the amount of time. What we're focused on is stability.
Right.
That's how people come out of being in a workforce housing environment.
We're here with Junior, who's actually a Lighthouse staff member. But what's crazy is he went through the program himself. So Junior, do you want to introduce yourself and tell a bit of your story?
Yeah, my name is Junior Nava. I'm staff here. You want me to tell a little bit about what
tell the
Lighthouse
story
is about? Well, what it is, it's a shelter for men. You know what I mean? What we offer here is a bed, a shower, and a hot meal. You know what I mean? We reach out to people, people that need help. You know what I mean? We don't ask nothing from nobody. You know what I mean? It works. And how I know it works is because I slept in these beds. You know what I mean? And all glory goes to God. You know what I mean? I was part of this program. You know what I mean? I had a made-up mind, and I was determined that I wanted something different. You know what I mean? And Lighthouse gave me that little help that I needed. You know, when everyone else turned their backs on me. You know what I mean? Just because of my appearance, because of the way I looked, the way I was. You know what I mean? The Lighthouse took a chance on me, man, and I don't take that for granted. You know, now God has done so much for me. You know what I mean? God, I just moved into a house. You know, that God made provision for me to move into, me and my wife, and
Awesome.
and I'm so grateful and thankful. You know what I mean? And not only that, God gave me a job. Now I work here with the men. You know what I mean? I can relate to them.
Right.
You know what I mean? I can relate to them, and I try to help them the best I can. You know what I mean? Because I know how it is. I was there. You know what I mean? And I try to offer them the resources that were offered to me, and I'm very grateful for the Lighthouse.
Right.
You know what I mean? And, now I come here. Now I make the men's beds.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I sit down with them and I talk to them. You know what I mean? I try to minister to them. I try to speak life into them. You know what I mean? Share scripture, show them that there's hope. You know what I mean? That there's people that care. You know what I mean? And that's what the Lighthouse House is. That's why it's a perfect name. You know what I mean?
Right.
In the midst of the darkness, there's light. You know what I mean? There's light. You know what I mean? And that's what I do here, man. And I love my job. I love ministering to the men. You know what I mean? I find joy in it. You know what I mean? I thank Dave for giving me the chance and the opportunity. You know what I mean? And I just wanted just to share, man. It's just.
Thank you, man. That was awesome.
That's
beautiful, bro. Beautiful. Proud of you.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to have met you, man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that you gave me the opportunity, man. I just want, that it works, man.
Yeah,
you know what I
thank
mean?
you. It works.
I feel like the Lighthouse is a filter
Right.
for the ones that are serious and the ones that are not. The ones that are not, they'll come, they'll use it as a pit stop, showers. But the ones that are serious, and the Lighthouse keeps an eye on those that are serious. You know what I mean? Because they'll start to be part of the program, the community, and if we see that they're serious, then we'll start to offer them the resources.
Right.
You know what I mean? Help them, put them in the right direction. Because Lighthouse has a lot of resources. You know what I mean? And we try to. But the ones that are just using it, it's not. We still love on them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We still love on them, and
We show what the Lighthouse is about,
yeah,
right?
yeah. We show them that we care. You know what I mean? Even though that they're in the condition that they're in, you know what I mean? Still, we're praying and hoping that someday that they're gonna get tired, and when they do, they're gonna remember the Lighthouse. You know what I mean? And they're gonna say, you know what, man. And then they're gonna. I have a guest here now, right? He's been here. He was here when I was here, right? And I see him struggle, right? But we still love him. We still loved on him. And now, finally, he's tired. Finally, he's tired, man. And now he's getting it. You know what I mean? He had a job interview just the other day at Black Bear Diner as dishwasher. Man, I encouraged him, man. I encouraged him. God, we didn't give up on him. We don't give up on people, man. You know what? We don't give up on people, man. We know that there's going to be a time in their life that they're going to be tired of that, man. You know, the streets will kill you, man.
Yeah.
The streets will kill you. I've been out there, man. I've had my life threatened twice. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? That's why, like, I encourage him, man. You know what I mean? And finally, he's tired, and now he's striving for it.
Right.
Now, and that I see that, I help him all I can. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? I try to point him in the right direction. Really. So hope God, he gets the job to start. All right, brother.
All right, Dave. So the next question is: if somebody does want to help, or somebody wants to donate, or somebody wants to give their time, where can people reach you?
So there's a number of ways to get a hold of the Lighthouse, or even to keep up with what the Lighthouse is doing. We have a Facebook page. A lot of the activities get posted on that, and Messenger is a good way to connect with us and say, hey, I saw this. I'm really wanting to be a part of what the Lighthouse is up to. Our telephone number is 559-687-8317. That is not a 24/7 number. It has a message system to it, so anybody can call anytime and say, hey, I'm wanting to help out with the Lighthouse. Give me a call back, and we will answer those messages. Those are the number one ways to really get a hold of the Lighthouse and indicate interest. And then the other thing I would say is, you know, anytime that you feel led to engage with a homeless person and you see them in encampments or on the street or whatnot, you know, providing a meal it's a good temporary solution, but there's oftentimes a lot of folks that don't necessarily know that there's resources available for them. And so another way to really connect with the Lighthouse is to, when you're feeling brave or led to do that, is to point people to the Lighthouse over at 127 West Kern for the men's, or 120 South G for the women's. And these places have people around all the time that can interact and engage. And our thrift store at INN.
And we'll leave all that information in the description below. So make sure you guys do what you can. Anything will help. Dave, I want to thank you for your time. God bless you. Love what you guys are doing here. And if there's anything we can do to help, we're going to do it. So if you guys want to help, we'll leave all the information for Lighthouse Rescue Mission in the description below. Dave, I want to thank you one more time for taking the time to show us your program, and you're doing amazing things. God bless you. And if there's anything else we could do to help, we'll gladly take the time to do so.
Sure. Thank you for the opportunity, and I'd be happy to have you back. Happy to give anybody tours of what our facilities look like. And God bless you too. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Shout out to First Baptist Church in Lindsay, California. They gave me some McDonald's gift cards with Bible verses in them to give out to the homeless, so we're just gonna give these out.